Hear me? Good evening. Good evening. Can you please let me know if you can hear me? Good evening. Good evening and welcome to this masterclass. Good evening. Good evening from us. This masterclass is brought to you by Generis Academy. We're an online learning platform and we specialize in providing um, IT courses to our customers. We've been going on for a while now, and we provide quality IT courses to enhance your career and to upgrade your skills. Welcome. If you can please indicate where you're joining me from, so I can say a big welcome to each and every one of you. We're very glad to have you with us today. I'm pretty sure that by the end of this session, you will know that you have made a very, very wise decision to join us with this masterclass. This masterclass will tell you all you have ever wanted to know about Cisco certifications, and you would also be able to ask, excuse me, you would also be able to ask questions um, that you may want to, anything that you may want to know. Hello, Kutso from South Africa. Very nice to have you with us. What's the weather like in South Africa? Welcome, a big welcome to you. Um, so yes, like I was saying, you will be able to ask any question that you may, anything that you want to know about Cisco certifications. Now, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to go straight into telling you a little bit about Cisco. I'll just share my screen so that you can see what I have on my screen. If you just give me a second to do that. Okay, can you see my screen now? Can everybody see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so what is Cisco? Cisco is a company, a multinational technology conglomerate. They're based in San Jose in California. They were founded in 1984 by two computer scientists at Stanford University, Leonard Bozak and Sandy Lerner. And they pioneered the concept of local area networks. Over the years, Cisco has grown into a global leader in networking technology, offering a wide range of products and services for networking infrastructure, including routers, including switches, security devices, wireless systems, and more. Cisco is very popular for its certifications, and its certifications are, accepted worldwide. Um, what are the benefits of having Cisco certifications? Cisco certifications, I can assure you, are a fast track to success in your chosen field. They're a proof of unparalleled networking knowledge. Cisco certifications open more opportunities for career improvement. And I'm pretty sure this one is most important. Cisco certifications guarantee you a higher paycheck. People who have Cisco certifications tend to get more pay, a higher salary. They are given more preference when it comes to employment. Cisco Cisco certifications have global recognition, and the certifications lets you remain up to date by constantly updating your knowledge. At Generis Academy, we provide courses in the associate track of Cisco certifications. We offer courses in CCNA. We offer courses in Cisco Certified DevNet Associate, and we offer courses in Cisco Certified CyberOps Associate. Now, so I won't waste your time. Our instructor is here, and I will just introduce our instructor to you. He's a trainer. He's going to be the one who will be taking the full course, and he will also be giving us a taster in this session. His name is Abdul Salam Babatunde Ibrahim. He's a Cisco accredited instructor. He's a network engineer. He's an instructional technologist. So he's not just a Cisco expert. He's an instructional technologist. He also works in IT infrastructure management and project management. He's a dedicated network engineer, and he's an educational technology researcher. And he has a passion for leveraging technology to enhance learning experiences. He has a dual master's degree in information management and instructional technology. He brings a unique blend of technical expertise and pedagogical knowledge to his work. He's currently pursuing a PhD in instructional technology, and he's committed to advancing the field through cutting-edge research and innovative practices. As a Cisco accredited instructor, he has very, very deep knowledge and understanding of networking principles, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, Linux, Python programming, and hands-on experiences in designing, implementing, and troubleshooting complex network infrastructure. So you see, you are in very, very good hands during this masterclass and during the course itself. I have interacted with Abdul Salam for quite a while now, and I can assure you that you won't get any better anywhere. So without further ado, I will hand you over to Abdul Salam to start with the masterclass. So Abdul Salam, over to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Please, if you can hear me, I'm Abdul Salam Ibrahim. So without wasting time, let me quickly share my screen and walk you through the kind of the breakdown of the Cisco courses, the one we are offering with this academy. Please, a minute to share my screen, please. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can.
So, I have two approaches to actually this masterclass. The first approach is to walk you guys through what you are to benefit from the course, what career opportunity you get from the course, and other benefits that come from the course. Then the second aspect is a brief walking through of how virtually everything is being interconnected in the world we live today, from networking to security to software development, how they're all intertwined into one body. And lastly, to walk you through the Cisco Net Academy platform for you to be able to see live what the benefits are, how the courses are being structured, and what are the expectations of you as Cisco Networking Academy candidates. So without wasting much time, the agenda of this is to give you an overview breakdown and benefit of CCNA, overview, breakdown, and benefit of CyberOps Associate, and breakdown of DevNet Associate courses. The first one we talk about briefly. Before we proceed, it's important to understand how having a Cisco certifications can actually really help your career. Cisco certifications are highly regarded in IT industry due to Cisco reputation for high quality networking products and services. So holding a Cisco certification demonstrates expertise in Cisco technologies and solutions, enhancing career opportunity and credibility in the field. Cisco actually developed a lot of devices. In fact, there was a time they actually dominated the network industry when it comes to developing routers and switches. So before any organization could even consider hiring you, must have a kind of a certification of Cisco experience so that you at least verify that you actually knows the products, you can do the configuration. So CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. There are 3 levels to network engineering. The first one is the CCNA, the second one is the CCNP, while the third one is the CCIE. So the CCNA is the associate level. Is a certification globally recognized credentials that validate the knowledge and skills required to install, configure, operate, and troubleshoot medium-sized router and switched network. It covers a wide range of networking topics, including network fundamentals, LAN switching technologies, routing technologies, infrastructure services, and infrastructure maintenance. So achieving CCNA certification showcases a strong foundation in networking concept and prepare individuals for more advanced Cisco certifications. So overall, the certification is a valuable asset for IT professionals looking to excel in the field of networking and establish themselves as a competent and skilled network engineer. So let me give a brief history of our CCNA. The CCNA certification program was first introduced by Cisco in 1998. So over the years, CCNA has evolved to keep pace with advancement in networking technologies and industry requirements. So CCNA has become one of the most sought after associate certifications for IT professionals looking to build career in network engineering. So the certification has adapted to cover a broad range of networking topics, reflecting the changing landscape of networking technologies and practices. Virtually, technologies changes every day. As it changes, you also need to keep up with it. So the opportunity you have from Cisco is you have the opportunity to refresh this knowledge as they are coming out. You are being carried along as a member of Cisco, either through having CCNA, CyberOps, DevNet, or CCNP. So the CCNA course, this is just the breakdown of the OCCNA because as of last 3 years, CCNA used to be in 4 modules before, CCNA 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think as of 2020, yes, Cisco made an update due to the changes in technology and a lot of things. So they updated the materials and everything, then breaking everything down into CCNA 1, CCNA 2, CCNA 3. So overall, the overall content of the whole thing as a student of CCNA hello, please. Are you guys still with me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. So the breakdown of the OCCNA course structure are into about maybe let's say 6 that comprises of both CCNA 1, CCNA 2, CCNA 3. So, but this is just the broad approach to the whole thing. The first knowledge you learn is network fundamentals, which introduces you to networking concepts, molded protocols, and network topologies. So understanding the OSI model and TCP IP protocols, how data move over the network, and basics of Ethernet, which is local area network, and IP4, IP6 addressing and subnetting. How to actually divide your network into segments for you to be able to control them well. Then you also learn about network access, which is configuring and verifying virtual local area network, trunking, which is how switches communicate with each other, and ether channel, which is how you bundle two bundles, two ports together for you to at least increase the bandwidth. Then you also learn you learn how in implementing and troubleshooting LAN switching technologies and understanding and securing wireless networks. Then IP connectivities, you learn implementing and troubleshooting IPv4 and IPv6 routing, which are layer 3 protocols. You also learn how to configure and verify RIP version 2, which is routing information protocol. I think they are not really using them most of the days, most of the advanced technology of these days due to their low level of convergence. So you also learn about AIGRP, which is Cisco Powertrain 3, and OSPF, which is a global standard for routing protocols. And you also have an understanding of WAN technologies, such as point-to-point protocol and generic routing encapsulation. There are also layer 3 topics, sorry. Okay. Then you also learn IP services in the CCNA course module. You learn how to configure and verify DHCP, which is how your devices give out IP address to the devices that wants to connect to your network, and domain name services, how your IP address is being converted into a name that human being can actually read. So you also learn how to implement and troubleshoot NAT, which stands for Network Address Translation. It's a station whereby you carry your local network and you bond it with just one IP. So virtually all your hosts within that network will be communicated to the outside world using just one IP. Then network time protocol, which is essential for all the routers and switches to be able to synchronize together. So under the IP services, you also learn and have an understanding of how to configure simple network management protocol, which are the protocols that are being used to actually manage the network, and quality of service for you to be able to delegate, to prioritize which service are much needed within the network, which one you need to step up, which one you need to step down. So you also learn network security under the CCNA, which is implementing and verifying access control lists to ensure that at least only those who have the access only those who have the credentials have access to access the resources within the network. You also learn how to configure and secure network device access so that unauthorized access cannot enter your router and switches. Then you also have an understanding and implementing knowledge of hardening devices techniques, how to actually secure your devices very well. Then I think the last one is automation and programmability. So as I said earlier, Cisco made a change as of 2020. Part of those changes were bringing scripting, bringing programming into networking. Virtually the way the world is going, everybody needs to learn how to code. So from the course, we also be introduced to basic network programmability concepts using Python script for network automation tasks, understanding the role of application programmable interface and software-defined network in network management. So as I said earlier, the CCNA has been divided into three modules. Three tracks, sorry. We have CCNA1, Introduction to Networks, CCNA2, Switching, Routing, and Wireless Essential, and CCNA3, Enterprise Networking Security and Automation. Now, these three courses are the ones that I just gave you the summary breakdown of the whole content of the O3. But for you to be a Cisco certified network associate, you need to pass through these three stages of CCNA for you to have a complete knowledge of CCNA, for you to even attempt the certification exam. So under the CCNA1, the rationale is of introduction to networks. It covers the architecture, structure, functions, and components of the internet and other computer network. So students achieve a basic understanding of how network operates, how to build small local area network, perform basic configuration for router and switches, create IPv4 and IPv6 addressing scheme to be able to assign to your local network, and implement internet protocols IP. They also learn how upper layer of the OSI model supports network applications and troubleshoot connectivities in a small network. The OSI model is actually what guides how virtually everything we do from our system or from our phone reaching to another server somewhere around the world, sending us the message back within seconds. These things actually have to pass through 7 layers of the OSI model. So maybe we might talk briefly about that, but it's a bit bulky. But these are the things you will learn from CCNA1 for you to actually have a strong background about networks and how it operates before you move to the upper ones. So the CCNA2, which stands for Switching, Routing, and Wireless Essentials, covers the architecture, components, and operation of router and switches in small networks and introduces wireless local area network. The CCNA2 is a bit an upgrade, like a continuation of the CCNA1 with additional 2 topics being added to them, like wireless, and then the level is a bit higher than the CCNA1. So the students learn how to configure and troubleshoot routers and switches for advanced functionality using security best practices and resolve common issues with protocols in both IPv4 and IPv6 networks. Then the third one, we stand for ENSA, Enterprise Networking Security and Automation. It describes the architecture, component, operation, and security to scale for large, complex network, including wide area network technology. So you can see the level of their difficulties from 1 to 2 and to 3. So the course emphasizes network security concept and introduces network virtualization and automation. So students learn how to configure, troubleshoot, and secure enterprise devices and understand how application programming interfaces, API, and configuration management tools enable network automation. Okay. So benefit of CCNA certification. CCNA certification is a globally recognized certificate and respect in the IT industry. It showcases your expertise and commitment to networking technologies. Career advancement. Holding a CCNA certification can open up a new wide area of can open up new career opportunities and lead to promotions, roles such as network administration, network engineer, or system analysis. It also enhances skills. The certification validates your proficiency in networking concept, routing and switching technologies, wide area network technologies, and network security, enhancing your technical skills. Virtually, okay. Number 4, it increased earning potential. CCNA certification holders often command higher salaries compared to non-certified professionals due to their specialized knowledge and skills. Basically, it's more of a hands experience rather than theory you get from Cisco. Then number 5 is job security. In a competitive job market, having a CCNA certification can set you apart from other candidates and provide a sense of job security in ever-evolving IT industry. Then number 6, preparation for advanced certification. Having the CCNA certifications showcase your determination to actually learn and succeed in the field, and it gives you the foundation, a solid foundation for pursuing more advanced Cisco certifications, such as CCNP and CCIE. Number 7, networking opportunity. Being part of the Cisco certification community and connect you with other professionals, networking events and resources to stay up to date on industry trends and best practices. I think Cisco actually have a platform for all the NetAccount alumni with their skills. They can upload their CV and everything to make it a kind of a community of Cisco's in which you can all help each other, both with jobs, recommendation, or career advice and mentorship. So this is going to be one of the major benefits of actually going through Cisco platform again. Then there are a lot of career opportunities when it comes to CCNA. So earning the Cisco certificates can open up a wide range of rewarding career opportunities in the field of networking, such as network administrator, network engineer, network analysis, system administrator, IT support specialist, network security specialist, okay, a wireless network engineer, voice over IP engineer, cloud networking specialist, data center technician, network consultant, telecommunications specialist, network operations center, NOC technician, IT project manager. I believe you can see in summary, you can see a lot of opportunities that are available for you in CCNA because virtually all the necessary description, you can even go online and check all the necessary description of these courses, of these particular jobs. You realize that they are aligned perfectly with Cisco's curriculum. So the second one, the second course we're going to talk about today is CyberOps Associate. So I'm considering something. Okay, don't let me be. I was thinking of because there are some things I still want to show about the CCNA 1 and 2. But I think let's finish with the PowerPoint, then from then we proceed. So the second course is Cisco CyberOps Associate. The CyberOps Associate course curriculum provides an introduction to the knowledge and skills needed for a security analyst. It teaches core security skills needed for monitoring, detecting, investigating, analyzing, and responding to security events, thus protecting systems and organizations from cybersecurity, risk, threats, and vulnerabilities. So CyberOps Associate covers the knowledge and skills needed to successfully handle tasks, duty, and responsibility of an associate level cybersecurity analyst. So the CyberOps Associate curriculum highlights in summary, the course focus on more of real world scenario. So this has the benefits we gain from Cisco from this course. You gain a real world scenario because we'll be given a 2 virtual machine where you can actually practice everything, intelligence gathering and all that. So you have a practical example and case study to illustrate cybersecurity concepts in action in real life. You also have interactive exercise to simulate cybersecurity incidents and practice response procedures, how to mitigate against them. We also have access to a lot of security tools as part of the course, which is to also introduce you to common security tools and technologies used in cybersecurity operations. Then you also learn cybersecurity best practices, learning industry standard practices for effective threat detection and incident response. Okay. Then hands-on lab and practice exercise. When it comes to Cisco, they place a strong emphasis on hands-on learning through labs and practices exercises to reinforce theoretical concepts. These are the things we have access to as part of the course again, which you use to please help you in your study. Access to virtual lab environment to stimulate real-world cybersecurity scenario. Incident response simulation, practice response to simulated security incidents from detection to resolution. You use your VM to do those things, VM that will be given to you, so that when you break everything, they all stay within the VM, so nothing affects your main system. You also have access to learn and have access to tools for network traffic analysis. So analyze network traffic pattern, identify anomalies, and investigate potential security threats. Security tools utilization, hands-on experience with security tools such as SIME, solution, intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention systems, and forensic analysis tools. Threat hunting exercise. You also have access to the kind of engaging in threat hunting exercise to proactively search for signs of potential security breaches. So imagine having all these skills, like you actually get to practice the real world scenario. So definitely getting to the real world, you shouldn't have a problem then. So the benefit of CyberOps Associates certification, first of all, is a globally recognized certificate and respected in the cybersecurity industry, demonstrating a solid foundation in cybersecurity operations. You have access to a lot of career opportunities, which opens doors to entry-level cybersecurity and associate-level roles such as security analysis, security operations center, cybersecurity operations center, sorry, security operations center analysis, incident responder, providing opportunity for career growth and advancement, skill development, enhances skills in threat detection, incident response, security monitoring, and network intrusion analysis, preparing you for real-world cybersecurity challenges, employabilities, increases marketability to potential employers who value Cisco certification, showcasing a commitment to cybersecurity excellence and professional development. Okay. Salary potential. The CyberOps holder often command higher salary compared to non-certified professionals in cybersecurity roles, reflecting the value placed on Cisco certified expertise. Validation of knowledge. It validates understanding of cybersecurity fundamentals, security concepts, network intrusion analysis, and adherence to security policies and procedures. Professional growth. It provides a solid foundation for pursuing advanced cybersecurity certification, enabling continuous professional development and specialize in the field. Networking opportunity. You connect with individuals with a community of cybersecurity professionals, allowing for sharing, collaboration, and access to industry insights and mentorship. So, the career opportunities in CyberOps Associate. So any CyberOps Associate certification can open up a variety of exciting career opportunities in the dynamic field of cybersecurity. Among those opportunities are security analysts. You can work as security operations center analyst, incident responder, threat intelligence analysis, network security analysis, security operations specialist, cybersecurity consultant, pen tester, ethical hacker. I need a little bit upgrade on that. Then security compliance analysis and security administrator. So you can see there are a lot of opportunity. You can decide to go with anyone that suits your interest. So after the completion of these courses, the students should be able to perform the following tasks like perfectly. Install virtual machines to create a safe environment for implementing and analyzing cybersecurity threat events. You'll be given all the necessary tools to do that, and you'll be given the guidance on how to go about it. Then the student will be able to explain the role of cybersecurity operation analysis in the enterprise, explain the Windows operating system features and characteristics needed to support cybersecurity analysis, explain the features and characteristics of Linux operating system. Besides, Linux operating system is what you'll be using 90% of the time during your cybersecurity study and your career path. Then they learn how to analyze the operation of network protocols and services, explain the operation of the network infrastructure, classify the various types of network attacks. Then they learn to use network monitoring tools to identify attacks against network protocols and services, to know which ports are open, which ports should not be open, and all that. And they also learn how to prevent malicious access to computer network, host, and data. They also learn how to explain the impact of cryptography on network security monitoring, public key and private key sharing. They also learn how to investigate endpoint vulnerability and attacks, evaluate network security alerts, analyze network encryption data to identify compromised hosts, understand cybersecurity operation, network principles, roles, and responsibility, as well as the related technologies, tools, regulations, and framework available in the cybersecurity field. You also apply knowledge and skills to monitor, detect, investigate, analyze, and respond to security incidents. Apply for associate or entry level as cybersecurity analyst and incident responder. Then you can take the cybersecurity exam after the whole course. So the course total is 78 hours instructor-led, which includes 28 modules. I'm going to log into the net account now. I think it's better for you to have an idea of at least a little bit of experience of what you'll be getting. 46 hands-on labs, then 110 plus interactive activities, video quiz, and all that. 6 packet tracer activities. The instructions and everything is also provided, and 1 practice certification exam. So, lastly, the third course I'm going to discuss about today is DevNet Associate. So the rationale behind the DevNet Associate course, it introduces the methodologies and tools of modern software development applied to IT and network operations. It covers the 360 of the it covers 360 view of the domain, including microservices, testing, container, and DevOps, as well as securely automated infrastructure with application programming interface. So virtually, this is the future of even the network, the programmer, and everybody. So now the networkers are now going into coding because there is no really choice, and I will explain that main reason shortly. So the structure, the curriculum highlights of the CyberOps, virtually the courses are they consist of 8 modules, but virtually in summary, everything we learn from the course is one of them is API integration. Learn how to integrate applications to Cisco APIs for network automation and management. To be able to learn how to push code into your routers and your switches, for them to be able to configure it automatically rather than human, at least to be able to eliminate human error. DevOps practice, you have an understanding DevOps principles, continuous integration and continuous deployment, and agile development methodology. So you actually learn full software development lifecycle from scratch to at least this level required. The network programmability, exploring network programmability concepts, including software-defined network, SDN, and network automation, collaboration tools, using collaboration tools for code sharing, project management, and communication within the development environment. So Cisco have a platform for that already. Hello, please. Am I still on?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay. Then hands-on lab and practice exercise for DevNet and DevNet Associate course. The Cisco DevNet Associate course provides hands-on lab and practice exercise to help learners apply their knowledge in real-world scenario. So programming exercise, you learn to write code in programming language such as in Python. Virtually is only Python we are using now to interact with Cisco application, programmable interfaces and platforms. Then API integration project. You also learn how how to build applications that leverage Cisco APIs for network automation, monitoring, and management. The course also covers network automation, simulation, automating network configuration, monitoring tasks, and troubleshooting using programmable interfaces, DevOps workflow, implementing DevOps practices, continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline, and automation script for efficient software development and deployment. Then collaborative projects, working on collaborative coding projects, utilizing version control system like GitHub, and practicing agile development methodologies. So basically, you learn virtually about networking, you learn about software development, API, excuse me, and how to write code with Python to be able to configure your network devices using API and Cisco platforms. So the benefit of this DevNet certificate is also one of the in-demand, develop expertise in software development, network automation, and programmability, aligned with growing demand for professionals with these skills. So imagine having a skills in software development, network automations, and programmability. Then versatility, it equips individuals with the ability to work across software development, networking domain, and opening up a wide range of career opportunities. Virtually anyone with this certification can work in a lot of it. Then career advancement enhances career prospects by demonstrating proficiency in developing applications, automating networks, and integrating technology within Cisco environments. Then industry recognition. The certification is recognized by Cisco, a leading networking technology company, adding credibility to one's skills and expertise, increase employability, makes individuals more marketable to employers seeking professionals who can bridge the gap between software development and network engineering. And this is the future now, where we are going. Then salary potential. Certified professionals often command higher salary due to their specialized skills. Continuous learning, yes, it encourages lifelong learning and skill development in emerging technology. So as new things are coming up, you are automatically in line to be among the first recipients. And networking opportunities connects individual with community of DevNet associates, virtually Cisco community to both CCNA and CyberOps, providing opportunity for collaboration, knowledge sharing, and career development. It enhances problem-solving skills. So it helps students to develop critical thinking and problem-solving abilities through hands-on projects and practical exercise in software development and network automation. And professional growth serve as a stepping stone for pursuing advanced certification in areas such as DevOps, cloud computing, cybersecurity, network automation. So you can see how one course linked virtually all IT fields together. So by the end of this course, the students are expected to be able to use basic Python programming and Linux skills, implement a developing environment using DevNet resources, use software development and design best practice like Agile or Waterfall, create a secure REST API, representative API, explain the processes and devices that support network connectivities, use current technologies to deploy and secure applications and data in a cloud environment, compare software testing and deployment in automation and simulation environment, then compare Cisco platform used for collaboration, infrastructure management, and automation. So these are the career paths in DevNet Associate. So having a DevNet certification qualifies you to work as a cloud developer, network security developer, technical solution architect, system engineer, API developer, automation specialist. So virtually, those are just the three courses, the brief breakdown of those three courses. So before I go far, okay, let me just explain how these whole things connect us together first. In today's world, communication is almost as important to us as our reliance on air, water, food, and shelter. In today's world, through the use of network, we are connected like never before. No more boundaries. So when it comes to these particular networks today, we need to understand that there are some basic things about them, which to go deep into them, and that means we'll be here till even 1 month talking straight. So to just give you the taste of brief of the whole thing, to every computer on a network is called a host or end devices. For examples now, like your mobile phone, your systems, or any other thing that you use to connect to the internet, or maybe within local network or something that helps you or enable you to make a request, then you get a feedback from another server. So anything that you use to make a request like that, they're usually the hosts or end devices. While servers are computer that provide information to end devices like your phone. So basically, every information you are requesting for on the internet today is being saved somewhere on someone's server in someone's house or in someone's server room or someone's data center. So this server now, there are a lot of them, but the most common one we use in daily activities are email. Virtually almost a lot of us, don't let me say almost, a lot of us receive email virtually every day. Email server makes that happen. Gmail server, Yahoo server, and other email providers, they all have their own servers in which all this information are being stored. So when someone sends you a message, there is a protocol. I can't really go into detail. We have as two protocol for them, but I can't really go into details. But just know that your email is being saved on someone's server somewhere. The same thing applicable to websites. Every website you browse, whether through your phone or through your laptop or through any other means, it's your host or your end device that is sending a request to the server that is hosting that particular web application somewhere and giving you back result like, okay, this is what you need, this is the page you need, to take it back. Then we have file server. So this file server now mostly is being used within a very big organizations where they share files. Organizations that have, let's say, branches in different regions. So to save money, they have a centralized servers where they save all their files. So only those who have access to them will be able to actually make any changes or retrieve any files from the server. So clients are computers that send requests to the server to receive the information. So your host, your end device, they're the clients. They're the one that are making the request to the server, which once the server sees your request, then it replies accordingly. So basically, these are the three common servers we have, the email servers or web server and file server. So the end devices, let me elaborate more on that. As I said earlier, an end devices is where a message originates from or where it's received. So data originates with an end device. That means the data now, anything you want to do, you initiated it. Okay, you go to Google now, you search. That particular thing you start now, like a data that you are sending to the server. That, hey, I need social information. So data originates with an end device, flows through the network and arrive at the end device. Now, if you look at this diagram, from your left-hand side, you see a local area network. From your right-hand side, you see another local area network. Then at the center of it is an inter-network. You need to understand one very important thing here from this diagram. From this left line, you notice among those diagrams, we have a PC. Let me see. White. Okay. So we have a PC. Yeah? We have a server here. Then we have a switch here. Then we have a router. So this is a local area network. This is a local area network. The switch works at local area network. Switch is a layer 2. It can only work within a local area network. Why the router? These are the ones that are connecting, like the inter-network. They connect one network to another. So without a router, you can't bring another network into your own network. Even though you have your own local network, everything can only work locally. Without a router, you can't really reach outside world. Though there are some switches, they call them layers 3 switches, which actually have routing capability. But basically, switches are layer 2 switches, though there are other, yes, access switch and other shutdown. Those are a lot of information. So what I'm trying to explain here is, you can see, let's say a client from the left-hand side now decide to want to, let's say this is A. Sorry about my writing. And let's say this is B. Sorry about that. Let's say this is A by the left-hand side, then this is B by the right-hand side. So someone from the A wants to receive information from, let's say, want to receive information from, let's say, this server A now. So it basically sends a request. The data originates with an end device. So this particular person now have a desktop in his front. That desktop is an end device, is the client. So the data originates, the request originates from there. So the person make the request and the request travel through the switch. Once it gets to the switch look at that is what we call CAM table. It looks at the CAM table because virtually every frame that has been passing through the switches, it has a table that installed them so that you don't have to do ARP, address resolution protocol, all over again. So it maps the IP address and the MAC address of every packet that passed through them so that once anything like that reaches it, it knows which port to forward it out to immediately. So once they make the request to this switch, the switch look at the CAM table, then decide, is this destination IP address that this person is trying to reach that is hosting that particular information you want, is it within my own local network or no? So the switches send it to the router. If it's not within this server, if the file is not on this other system here, the switch send it to the router. So the router looked at it. Since the router is the network of, is the one that connects networks to network, it determines, okay, you also have what we also call a routing table annexed to on router because it's layer 3, it connects the network together. So the router also look at his own routing table and determine that, okay, which route is the best path for me to send this particular information to reach the destination where it's going. All these things happen very, very within seconds. Then once the router checked its routing table, match it with the next IP address, then it forwards it either directly or through air or through air. Then once you get to this place, this router actually now open the packet again. Then because it's now a layer 3 packet, it opens the packet again. Then I'm like, okay, well, this is the destination. This is the destination IP addresses. So this is where this thing is coming from. Then you now look at the origin. Then you now look at the source. The source, you know the source where it's coming from. Then you now look at the destination. Where is this particular message, this data is going to? Then it look at its own table and send it to the switch because the switch is only the network connected with it. Then the switch will now look at its own CAM table based on the IP address of the server, this particular server on the B part that hosts that, then it forwards the request directly to the server. So once the server gets the message, you open it up and be like, oh, okay, this is coming from so IP address. Then you send it back. So the same process follows from this server back to the switch, back to the router, then back to the router of the edge router of the other LAN and send it to the person that makes the request. Why all these things are happening? They happen very fast. You might not really even notice where you try to open a page on it. Another most important thing to notice is when it comes to when the packet gets to a router, before any communication can take place over the internet, over the network, you need to have a valid IP address and your unique MAC address. Those two informations goes together because it's your own identity that identifies everybody on the internet. No matter how many gadgets you have, every one of them must have a unique IP address and MAC address for them to be able to do anything over the internet. So when they get to the switch look at its countable. But when they get to the switch, forward it both from the destinations and both the destination IP and the source IP, the destination MAC address and the source MAC address. But when it gets to the edge router of router A here, the router trip it off and remove the MAC address of the switches because the first MAC address of the source is from here. Once it gets here, this one remove this one source MAC address and put it as its own because it's the one that is not sending it to the router. So once it gets to the router, the only thing that will not just change this whole thing is the IP address of this person that's generating the data. Because as they are moving from one home to another, they are changing their MAC address so that it feels as if the source of that particular request is coming from this router when it gets there, when you send it to the switch. Then the same thing applies. Then the information goes back. So without wasting much time here, let's proceed. Then we have intermediary devices. When it comes to network cannot really function without intermediary devices because they're the ones that actually connect all these things together. Okay. So they are the one that connect all these things together. So an intermediate devices interconnects end devices. Example includes switches, wireless access points, routers, and firewall. The management of data as it flows through a network is also the role of an intermediate device, including regenerating and transmitting data signal, maintaining information about what is happening. Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Maintaining information about what pathway exists in the network and notify other devices of errors and communication failure. That's basically layer 2, which is switch. So these intermediate devices now, between you, your phone or your laptop, that's trying to connect or get an information, without these intermediate devices, nothing will work because the wireless, it's what broadcasts the radio frequency for you to be able to see the signal and connect to it. So virtually everything you are doing when you connect to the Wi-Fi has to pass through the radio frequency, has to pass through that intermediary device. The same thing with switch. They may not be feasible. Virtually, even mobile phone that you are using, all these things, intermediate devices, are being placed one way or the other because without them, they will not work. So, and as I said earlier, this is a sample of layer 3 switch, multi-layer switches, which also have the capability of routing protocols. Okay. So these are the example of intermediary devices, wireless, switch, router, firewalls, and multi-layer devices. Then moving on. Then again, another important thing is when we have an end host that wants to connect, we also have intermediary devices that make those connections possible, that analyze all those protocols, the definition, MAC address, and everything, all what it needs to connect. We also need a communication. We also need a media in which connects them together. So communication across the network is carried out through a medium which allows a message to travel from source to destination. So we have common 3 types of media. We have, sorry, they just slide. Okay. We have three types, majorly common ones. We have hello?
Yeah, go on, Abdul Salam.
Okay. We have metal wires within cable, which is called copper, use electrical impulses to transfer signals from one place or one source to the destination. The second one is fiber, glass or plastic fiber within cable. We call it fiber optic cable. It uses pulses of light to transfer data within network, and we have wireless transmission. So the major differences between them is the first one that uses electrical impulses, which is copper. I think the longest minimum of cable you can set before network activation, before you start losing signal, is 100 meter, while the fiber can go for like kilometers. So virtually fiber is what they use to connect Africas or other regions from Western world. Then we have wireless transmission, which uses modulation of specific frequency of electromagnetic waves. So virtually it's just broadcast the signal so within a specific radius. So once we are within that radius, you'll be able to get the signal. And once you have all the necessary credentials, you get to connect to it and use the internet. So in summary, network representation. So network diagram, often called topology diagram, uses symbols to represent devices within the network. So important terms to know include network interface card. That particular place that you plug cable to on your system or your IP phone, that's your network interface card. Call it NIC in networking terms. Then physical ports. Physical ports are the ports on your. So physical ports are the ports on your switches, like this LAN. Some are 24 ports, some are more than that, some are less than that. The same thing applies to this, to this. Then we have interface. So often the term port and interface are used interchangeably. So they virtually means the same thing, port or physical port or interface. Once you say, even when you say NIC, physical port or interface, virtually they all means the same thing. Then topology diagrams, network representation and topology. So when it comes to network representations, there are two approaches to it. One is physical topology, the other is logical topology. So the physical topology diagrams illustrate the physical location of intermediate devices and cable installations. So for you now, especially those that want to go into CCNA, after developing a network for maybe your client or something, you should be able to have a physical topology, a design that is going to indicate the location of every server, every switches, every routers within that building, and the cabling, how the cabling passes and everything, at least for troubleshooting purposes. When it comes to logical topology, the logical diagram illustrates devices, ports, and addressing. Basically, this is just like giving you the logical topology, the logical diagram, instead of the physical. It gives you like the port which is being connected to, the IP addresses, the subnet, the network range in which each building is. So that way you have a clear picture of the building and how everything is being converted and which network or which group of people and which subnet and all that. Then we have LAN and WAN, which are common type of networks. So we have WAN and LAN, which are common type of networks. Yeah. So the network infrastructure vary greatly in terms of size and area covered, number of users connected, number and type of services available, area of responsibility. All these things need to be considered when it comes to network. Hello, sorry, you want to say something?
No, go on.
So two most common type of network are local area network, LAN, and wide area network, WAN. So if I could use this picture on the diagram before the final step to just explain to you why all these courses are so important, whether you are going for CCNA, whether you are going for CyberOps, or whether you are going for DevNet. Basically, the way the world is going today now, human being will make a lot of errors because there are a lot of lines of CLI codes that we have to write when it comes to networking. It's sophisticated, like it's not easy at all. So network engineer tends to make a lot of errors sometimes, which is why the programming comes in. So these devices now, rather than configuring them one by one, go to this, go to this, go to this, log in, enable, config, see, start the interface one by one, and all that. You could easily just push a script into these devices, create them virtually, then push, or you can directly push the code into themselves that will automatically configure them, which reduce networking error. So, which is where the programming decided to come into networking. Then also, you need to learn how to actually protect these assets because as a cybersecurity, virtually when it comes to networking cybersecurity, they are all one big family because the network we are protecting, because what cybersecurity is protecting is actually network resources. So you can see how all intertwined together. Even in CCNA, you have to go deep into security to some extent. In cybersecurity, you have to go deep into networking to some extent because without the background, there is no way forward. So I think I will call it off air. Thank you for listening. So please, is there any other question before I proceed to the short part of it?
If anybody has any questions, just raise your hands and we will unmute you so that you can ask your question. Just raise your hands and okay, there's somebody raising their hands. Okay. Sir Gideon, mute yourself.
Okay. So thank you for the opportunity. I've been following for over 1 hour now. At some points, I actually get confused to tell you because I don't have any background in IT. So I wanted to find out. Those of us who don't have backgrounds, like we have zero knowledge of this, but we are interested in doing this. What is the way forward for us? Like, is there provision for us?
Yes, you're actually in the right place for that. The thing is, first of all, you have to ask yourself, what area do you actually have interest in? Because the fourth thing about these things is interest. Once your interest is there, then you are good to go. So if it's either CCNA, CyberOps, or DevNet, you don't really, as long as you can read and write, you can dedicate the times to do the lab, and you have instructors that will guide you from A to Z. So you don't really need any prescriptive experience or anything.
Okay, so once upon a time, I registered for some cybersecurity course on this same platform. It was a free course. In fact, cybersecurity has been one thing I've been interested in for a very long time. But
Okay.
then I had to stop along. I had to stop along the line because my laptop wasn't really functioning properly with some of the apps we were to install. So I had to stop. Yeah, so I wanted to find out with these three courses we are speaking about right now, do they also necessarily need some specific high grade machines to be able to go through them?
Some specific
High grade,
high grade system.
yes, of
Okay,
laptop
to
or
run the
computer.
course. Okay, yes. Let me quickly show you. I don't know. Please, are you still seeing my screen?
Yes,
Okay. Do you see this Oracle virtual box now? You can see when you want to do CyberOps, you see this last two under CyberOps workstation and CyberOps security onion. these two will be given to you. So you actually need a system that is at least the minimum of 8 gig, because you are not going to be running this virtual VM. I don't know if you understand the concept of VM, how it works. Let me just
No.
give you, let me just give you the VM is like you are borrowing from your physical system. Sure, you understand? You are dividing it,
Yes.
so you are borrowing the resources from the physical system for another operating system on that one system. You get. So imagine now you're having like 4 gig and you already borrowed 2 gig for running a virtual machine. So automatically it's going to affect the remaining 2 gig for the other system. So the minimum is like 8 gig. Then you can maybe give like 2 gig to the virtual machine, then using the remaining 6 gig for the system. And again, it's not as if when you are using, it's only you are using borrowing that particular RAM you set for the VM only when you are using the VM. But immediately you go back, I believe the whole RAM goes back. Only when you actually put it on. So if you can see, let me so like now this before because of your question, I think it's perfect. Let me just dive into this once and for all. If you are going into CyberOps now, right? This is part of the things you'll be using. You are not using Windows. This is the operating system you'll be using. It's Linux. It's not like Windows. And don't worry, we are going to assume you know nothing about it, then carry along. So first of all, to answer your question, yes, you need a system with a good RAM and a good processor to actually run this course. The same thing goes for the DevNet. The same thing for CCNA, not really. You can use a packet tracer simulation for CCNA. I will touch on that too briefly. But the essence is actually, this is what you'll be using for your cybersecurity courses. I think the two of them are about 4 or 3 gigs. So yes, you actually need a sophisticated system of at least minimum of 8 gig. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question.
But if I may add to that, Abdul Salam, is 8 gig really a sophisticated system? I would have thought that 8 gig would
No,
be.
no, no, not sophisticated like that, but someone to just give you a kind of allowance.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm talking of the minimum. The minimum of 8 gig. That's the minimum, the bare minimum. Then you can get other higher something, but at least minimum for you to be able to run the course without having issue with hanging and all those things. So it's better to have at least starting from 8 gig upward.
Okay, thanks for that. Sir Gideon, does that answer your question? Okay. Any other questions? All right. There's Kim. You can unmute yourself, Kim.
Hello, sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, go
Yes, I
ahead.
can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. So I actually enjoyed this session, and then I have started I think I've started one module of the course already, which is the introduction to cybersecurity.
Okay. Now that one is free on NetAcad. You don't need to
Yes.
stop up for that one.
Yes, yeah, it's free. It's online, self-paced. So I think I'm almost done. But then with the CyberOps, that is the one we would need someone like you, which is an instructor.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think there are other two models which also needs an instructor, and then I didn't hear you talk about them, which is
Which
the
one?
IoT security and then network security.
Yes, I'm an accredited instructor for those ones, but this specific presentation is just for 3 courses: CCNA, CyberOps, and DevNet.
Okay.
But you
Sure.
can make
So,
inquiry about those ones later. They are also available.
okay. So once we are done with the cyber ops, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done with the introduction, the first module soon, and then get into the cyber ops. But once we are done with the cyber ops, how are we going to proceed from there onto the next modules?
And the academy is, you are going to, I believe you are going to register through the academy. Once you
Yeah.
register through the academy, don't worry about the rest. You'll be guided how to proceed.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
King, if I may add to that, as soon as Abdul Salam finishes, I'm going to give you contact details and how to register, and
Sure.
other information that you will need, and also the dates when these courses will start. So you'll have all that information as soon as this presentation finishes. Yeah,
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
you're very welcome.
Okay. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to hide some things there. I don't know if, okay, yes. Please, if you can still see my screen. Hello?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Okay, let me quickly walk you through this. As I said earlier, we have CCNA. There are 3 of them. So currently, this is CCNA 1, CCNA 2, CCNA 3. So you are starting from this one if you are going for CCNA. So I will just launch each one of them briefly to just walk you through what you'll be having access to. So once you register for any of this, you have access to the course you launch. You have your grade, assessment center, everything. You can message me as your instructor from here, all that. So now, the for this course is like introduction to network. Now I think there we have 17 modules there, 16 to 17. So to launch the course, I believe some of you that have done it before, you already know all these things. So once you launch the course, it's going to take you to the full content, full course content, which is this, which is 17 module. So this is, you have access to virtually everything to read and all that, chapter by chapter, step by step. So after your reading, let's say you are also, it's compulsory that you have to write exam for every chapter of the exam. So, but in order not to make it too bulky, the module exam have been shrink into bundles. So chapter 1, you can also, from the content, you can see chapter 1, 2, 3 like that till 17. But when it comes to the NETA card, you see that module 1 and 3 exams, right? Then 4 to 7 exams, in order not to make it too bulky for the student and at least to have a kind of a kind of rounded knowledge about the whole concept they are learning. Then you can see how each of the chapters are being grouped together. Then 16 to 17, which is the last one. Then after that, before you can you get certificate for CCNA 1, CCNA 2, CCNA 3 too. But before that, you have to write the course feedback, which I'm going to activate for you. Then the final exam, which I also activate for you. So those are the requirements to actually pass this one. So the same thing is applicable to CCNA 2. The CCNA 2, you can launch the course through, let's say, the contents. So going back, you can see module 1 to 4 is being grouped together for the exam, but the content, once you launch the content, you have access to the whole full module. You can see from chapter 1, basic device configuration, switching concept, VLAN, inter channel, and all this to the end. Then you go back to the NETA card, you write, once you finish the bundle of those modules, let's say 1 to 3, you come back here and you activate the exam for you for the switching concept, VLAN, and inter-VLAN routing. Then you write your exam. The same thing happens for redundant network. I want to create a redundant network, which is very important in networking. You need to place to take care of downtime and all that. Then the same thing applies like that. Yeah. The exam are being grouped to make sure that they are not too bulky for the students. Then after you finish the chapter exams, you write the course feedback, which is compulsory. Then you write the final exam, which are the criteria for you to get certified. So the same thing applicable to CCNA 3. Then the same thing applicable to DevNet Associate 2. You launch the course. You click on the course content. It's going to open another tab for you, giving you full access to the content. Giving you full access to the content. You can see course introduction, chapter 1, DevNet developer environment, software development and design, understanding and using API, network fundamentals. Then you can see here you also learn network fundamentals. As I said earlier, both DevNet and cybersecurity. Without basic background in networking, there is no really way, because it's networking you're actually really protecting yourself as a cybersecurity specialist. So you don't need to know how to design the network fully, but you need the fundamentals of networking. It's very, very essential. So then from the net card, you can write the exam. This one, the exams are not being grouped because they are just, if you go to the course, you see there are just 8 topics here. And sorry, 8 chapters here. So this one, they didn't group the exam, it's just one by one. Then the lastly, CyberOps Associates. So the same thing applicable to this, see, Module 1 and 2 content, we launch the content, it's open another tab. The exams too are being grouped too. 1 and 2, they are exam. After this, you come here, 3 and 4, they are group exam. But for your reading and the material, the content for the material, you have access to them on another tab completely. Then they are all 28 modules. So you scroll down, you read it, you watch the videos. At the end of most of these things you do, sorry, before I forget, for those that wants to go for cybersecurity, this is actually very, very important, because what you are learning is you can't learn how to detect the network without learning how to actually hack the network. So all those VM that I showed you earlier, virtually they have a lot of hacking tools, but they are all for learning sake, for you to know how hackers actually think so that you can mitigate against their threats. I don't know if you get my point. So this ethical hacking statement now is something that Cisco takes virtually every organization takes them very important, and you have to abide by them. So then you can see even in cybersecurity, I can easily point out some core networking. This is networking protocols. It's core under networking. Ethernet and internet is core under networking. Connectivities verification is pure under networking. ARP, address resolution protocol, is under networking. Transport layer is under networking. Network devices, network communication. You can see how virtually everything is being intertwined together. So you need the network knowledge before you can really succeed in cybersecurity, because you need to understand what port 80 means, what port 880 means, what port 3, all those things. If you don't understand them, when you are seeing them in your cybersecurity field, so, but this is being designed in such a way that you have a full knowledge of whichever field you want to. I don't know if I'm communicating with you. Hello?
Yes, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
So I think basically that's just all about the whole program. So whoever is interested, the rest assured that you are in good hands, and trust me, we come back to thank the academy for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Abdul Salam. Thank you very much. That was incredible. That was very, very good. Thank you very much for the presentation. I'm pretty sure that everybody would agree with me that that was very informative and quite instructional. Now, I'm sharing my screen again. If I will just, as Abdul Salam was teaching us about CCNA and CyberOps and DevNet, I was looking through my notes here and I found some of the roles that CCNA qualified people can fit into and their corresponding salaries in the US. And it looks quite interesting, so I thought I'd share it with you, and that's what you can see on the screen. The entry level for this is network administrator. And a network administrator in the US earns about $63,000 a year. And at the top of the pile, you have the network architect. And the network architect earns about $118,000 a year. I saw this and I started thinking about changing careers. You know, maybe I should change my own career too. You know, it's never too late to earn that kind of money. Anyway, so like I said, with Abdul Salam, you will be in extremely good hands. How do you get on the course and how do you enroll? When you enroll with us, our website is www.generis.academy. When you enroll with us, all our tutors, we offer courses, we don't just do CCNA or Cisco courses. We offer courses ranging from project management to business analysis to programming courses like Python, like ASP.NET Core, like HTML, advanced HTML. You know, we have a range, you know, of courses, mobile app development, you know. And we have expert tutors. We make sure that all our tutors and our trainers are not only very skilled in their fields, but they are virtually experts and industry decorated. And the vast majority of them are accredited trainers by the various governing bodies. Another thing we offer you, which is very important and you will find very useful, is we coach you. We offer career coaching and mentoring. What that basically means is that at the end of your course or during your course, you get to meet with some of our alumni, some people that have done the course and have passed the course. They come in at various times. We hold various webinars and sessions where they can talk to you and answer your questions. We offer you tips on writing your CV. We help you to build your LinkedIn profile. We offer you tips on writing your CV. We also point you in the right direction, you know, to apply for jobs. We teach you job search strategies, and we also prepare you for interviews. So you know, you don't just get only the course itself. You get the whole thing from starting the course to getting into a job. And even after you get into a job, there are times when you may have, you know, problems or issues that or roadblocks in your job, and you may want to exchange ideas or ask for help from people who, you know, within the same field. We also give you a year's access into our learning management system. Our learning management system contains lessons, videos, course notes, and you can also interact with your tutor. You can interact with your classmates within that learning management system. Particularly with CCNA courses, you'll notice that Abdul Salam went through the Cisco NetAcad dashboard with you. Now, when you enroll for this course with Generis Academy, you get a free entry into that system. That is a prize that, you know, people pay top dollar for. You don't only get entry into our own learning management system, you also get a free entry into the Cisco learning management system, which is called the Net Academy. So that is what you get when you register with us. Now, the we are aiming to start this course. The next cohort of this course starts on the 4th of May, 2024. That's in 1.5 weeks from now. If you're interested in the course, send us a WhatsApp message on the telephone numbers shown. They are dedicated telephone numbers if you're in Nigeria, if you're in the United Kingdom, or if you're in any other part of the world, the US. You can send us messages on these telephone numbers, or even call if you want to. You also have there our email address that you can email us at any time, and you can be assured that there would always be somebody on hand to guide you through your enrollment or answer any questions that you may have. Now, what does this cost? Okay, now the cost of the course itself is the cost of each of the courses is 150,000 naira. If you're in the United Kingdom, the cost is 240 pounds. And if you are in the US or the rest of the world or any part of the world, it's $300. Now we are giving you, because you have attended this masterclass, and this is just for the people who have attended this masterclass who are present here. We're giving you a whopping 25% off. So instead of 150,000 naira in Nigeria, you're going to be paying 112. Instead of 240 pounds in the United Kingdom, you're going to be paying 195. And instead of $300 in any other part of the world and the US, you're going to be paying $250. Again, you can send us a message or call us if you want to go ahead with these on the numbers shown. Please write them down or send us an email on our email address shown on the screen. It's info@generis.academy. Now, this offer, this discount would only last till Tuesday next week. I was told that it will last for 48 hours. Now, 48 hours from now is Saturday. And I just thought, okay, you guys have stayed with us for almost 2 hours now. That shows how committed you are to this course. I'm going to extend it for you till Tuesday next week. If you indicate your willingness to proceed with this course by Tuesday, then you have access to this discount. Now, please write the numbers down. It's very important that you write the numbers down so you will know who to contact. Our other ways of contacting us is again on the screen. We are on all social media platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, this masterclass, you can watch a recording of it. There will be a recording of it on YouTube from tonight. So if you go to YouTube and search for Generis Academy, that should take you straight to our channel on YouTube, and you can find the video there if you want to watch it again. Connect with us on our social platform, any of our social platforms, and whenever you apply for any course at Generis Academy, we'll give you an additional 5% discount, and that will be on top of whatever discount is going at that time. So, again, like I said, when you enroll for any course with us, you can be assured that, it's not just going to be going to school or going to classes and graduating, it's going to be a lifelong experience. It's something that, you know, we aim to impact you for life. Festus is asking a question. I'll just unmute you, Festus, so that you can ask your question. Go ahead, Festus. Can you, Festus, can you unmute yourself?
It's on mute.
Okay, yeah, well, I can hear you now. Hello, Festus.
Probably a mistake. I don't know.
I can hear you, Festus.
Hello.
Okay, maybe he did it accidentally. So, like I said, you know, those are the details on the screen for you. Please get in touch with us, and we will only be too happy to guide you through and help you out. If you know there is anything that you do not understand as far as the presentation is concerned, or you think you need help with enrolling and things like that, we have quite a number of schemes that can help you. And we also have quite a number of people who are ready to take your call. Please, like I said, write the numbers down, write our email address down, and we hope to hear from you very soon. Let me thank you again. Let me extend my thanks again to Abdul Salam. He's been very, very busy today, but he made the time to come and give us this masterclass. Thank you very much, Abdul Salam. That was a great session. And I want to thank all the attendees. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us throughout this masterclass. It's been a great pleasure to have you with us. You have our contacts. If you need to contact us, please do. Do not hesitate to contact us. If you're interested in any of our other courses, please contact us. If you need advice about your career as far as the courses are concerned, especially the Cisco courses, please get in touch with us. I'm pretty sure that even if you have technical questions, I'm pretty sure that Abdul Salam will be willing to answer any of your questions. So get in touch with us, and we will forward your questions to him if they need be. Again, I say thank you, and I would have to bring this session to a close. As much as I want it to go on and on, I would say thank you very much, and you have a very lovely night, and have a good weekend. It's almost the weekend. Have a great weekend, and we will see you again soon. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So have a nice day.